This is an easy lesson on perspective that I do with my first graders. I actually have two samples here. I have recorded both the outer space and the under the sea and posted them on separate videos if you want to do a step-by-step in your class. The thing we're learning in this lesson is that objects that are far away from you appear smaller and objects that are close to you appear bigger. The actual size of the object does not change, but how big it appears is what changes. That didn't quite get into focus, but this is something that I do with the kids first, is I have them just look at their thumb or a pencil or some other object, put it far away from you and see how small it is, and then as we bring it closer and closer and closer to your face, oh, it just appears to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Is it really getting bigger? No, it just appears that way. Then I show them my sample. In real life, what is bigger, the moon or the rocket? Well, most of my first graders don't have a problem with this. They know this already. That the moon appears smaller because it's farther away. And then we add the space robot. Which of these things is actually in real life the biggest? The moon. Which of those is the smallest? Well, it should be the space robot if you get the idea that it's coming from the rocket. And which one actually looks bigger here? The space robot. And why does it look so big? Because it's closer to you. And of course I do the same thing with the whale, the submarine, and the fish. Now I have chosen these objects because I can draw them and the kids can draw them. Another one I have in mind that would work for me is trees, a flower, and a bee. But really you can use this with anything that you are able to draw in the three different sizes and that you think the kids can do as well. It's important for this lesson that you start with three different sizes of paper. If you don't start with the three different sizes of paper, they're going to have trouble making sure the sizes come out right. And I start with talking about how perhaps if I'm going to do the moon, we're going to make our moon very small. Now, some of them are great. They make their moons, like this teeny tiny things. But they need to be able to cut these out. And so, we will draw the moon and, put whatever details on. Then I will have them draw the next biggest item and then the largest item. And as I said, I have another video step by step that you could show in class or you could demonstrate live on your document camera a step-by-step drawing. Then I have them color each one and then cut them out. Then I give them a background. I give black for space, blue for under the sea, and I let them glue their picture in any way they want. Now, to make a shorter lesson, or even a lesson that is going to work with a sub, you could make coloring sheets. Either use mine from Teachers Pay Teachers, or just make your own coloring sheets that they would then color, cut out, and glue down. Normally, they get through this part, or most of the kids get through this part pretty easily in a single lesson, and so most of them will have time to add more details. Okay, so now we have a whale and a submarine and a fish. Put the whale way over here. I'm going to put the submarine down here. I'm going to put the fish right here. What else could you find under the sea? And this is an opportunity that they can draw. Sometimes they draw coral or, seagrass. They'll draw other fish. They'll draw a diver. All sorts of really interesting things. And then you can, go around and ask, oh, I see your diver is very small. Is your diver far away? This, of course, also works with outer space, and I've gotten some terrific artworks. If you want to make this an even longer lesson, you can look and see my Under the Sea lines collage that I posted previously. In this one, the children drew the different types of lines on blue paper, then they cut them down out, and then they glue them down. This would make a terrific background for your Under the Sea. Very adaptable, adjustable. You can use it in many different ways with very different pictures, and you could even get them started that after they did this one, you could give them the assignment to do it without your guided drawing to see if they could make their own in the 3 different sizes, far away and very close.